Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very well. As you can see, we're in a completely different vibe than what we normally are, and that is because I am currently in Tennessee, and I'm quickly going to insert a clip of where I'm, like, my view every morning. It is the most beautiful place ever, just so you can kind of see where I'm at right now, and a big reason for that is because a lot has happened within the last 48 hours with Ethan Klein, things with AB, things with Moses, things with Trisha, and I was getting a lot of comments from people being like, oh, here Adam goes on Ethan's payroll again, refusing to acknowledge when Ethan does anything wrong, and I'm like, no babe, like, you all asked me to touch grass, and I'm touching grass for a first time in a very long time, so I just want you to know that I never ignore topics, or I don't favor choosing topics over others. I just genuinely, I'm here with a lot of my friends here downstairs eating their lunch right now, but I just wanted to come on here and address that first of all, that if I ever don't get to a topic within the first 24 hours, don't know it will be coming. But anyway, I'm having a lot of fun here so far. We're going to Dollywood this weekend, and anyway, let me show you really quickly kind of the vibe right now. Okay, so let me show you the view. So this is outside of our little cabin, and it is so incredibly beautiful. We have our little hot tub over here. I just can't believe that, like, this view is so goddamn impressive. And something that was just so beautiful was this morning whenever I woke up, we all came out. There's like a group of like 6 of us here, and we had our little coffees on the little table over here. I'm editing my video over here. We had our little coffees, and we just looked out at this beautiful view, and they have this little swing set too, which is so much fun. I have just been enjoying going like this. It's so fun. And then this is the view. So for the people who tell me to go touch grass, I'm finally doing it for once. You'll be so happy to hear. Okay, so now that we're back, yeah, there has been a lot that has been happening with Ethan. Also, this is separate. Whenever I came to Tennessee, leading up to it and while I was here, I've been getting a lot of messages from people being like, Adam, you're in such a dangerous place. Adam, you need to be careful. And a lot of people were, quite frankly, like, in my comment section, like, you can see yourself specifically on, like, my Finsta or my Twitter being like, Adam, it's dangerous for you to be in Tennessee. You need to get out of there. Like, it's too dangerous. The people are horrible and stuff like that. And I wanted to say that while I'm aware that every place does have its issues, I've been having a really great time in Tennessee. I'm super grateful to see a different part of America. It is incredibly beautiful, and the people have been really kind and really loving and embracive of me and everyone I'm here with, and we've all been having a really good time. The people, obviously, I'm aware that, you know, I'm not speaking for everyone here, but, you know, there have been a lot of really great experiences. It's really beautiful. The food portions are amazing. I love the, hey y'all, I love the way they talk. Having a really good time. So I just want everyone to know that I'm being safe and all like this. I know I really shouldn't have to say this, because I don't want anyone who may be watching this from Tennessee to feel like I'm talking shit or anything. I'm truly not. Just a lot of people were commenting that, and I just want you to know that I'm having a great time. Everyone has been really lovely so far, and yeah. But anyways, with Ethan Klein, let's get into it. So obviously, the day that I leave for my trip, the H3 stream goes goddamn crazy with things with AB and with Moses. I want to get to this Moses thing first because obviously a lot of people have been asking me, have I seen it? So, I have. So, on the recent H3 episode, Ethan starts talking about Moses and calls Moses out, and this stemmed from a previous H3 episode where Ethan had talked about Moses, and Moses had basically told Eli and his mother that, you know, Ethan keeps talking about them on the podcast, and then in the new one, Ethan's basically calling Moses like a pussy for going to the mother and stuff, and it's weird. It's really weird, and I don't necessarily know what take people think I'm gonna have with this. Maybe I'm not gonna have the take you think I'm gonna have, but it's really weird. It's really weird. First of all, we're going to get to what, you know, set this off with Moses, you know, messaging the, you know, mother of both Eli and Moses. But I don't know, you guys. I'm not, it just, let's get to it, right? Okay. So let me load up what this stemmed from, right? So shout out to Spill the Tea With Me on TikTok. Always has the goddamn videos. All right, here we go. So this is what started it.
Howie, did you hear that I came second place on the poker?
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm traveling. Be careful.
Howie, did you hear that I came second place on the poker?
I did. I watched the poker thing, and then I saw Tana trying to get you to do frenemies again.
Yeah.
And then that's why and maybe you don't want me to bring it up, and you could tell me to
about it.
stop it.
That's why you asked us.
That's why I asked. I said not only hopefully there's a frenemies reboot, but I'm very concerned that you don't talk to your brother. That's very important to me. I think as Jews, we can't hate each other. The world is hating us as it is.
We got to keep it tight.
Oh my God.
You got to keep it
like
tight.
Falafel in here. But but I don't know if I'm overstepping my bounds.
No, you're not.
And in telling, I just think that, hey, listen, you don't have to be best friends, but you should not have animosity or any negativity toward a family member. You can just.
And I never thought that I would be in a situation like that.
But you are.
Right.
So can I do anything?
Normally I would shut this down completely and immediately, but.
Now, it's important to note that Howie brought this up, number one, which is also, to give the benefit of the doubt, this was brought up by a third party. It's just, like, the amount of times that, like, frenemies gets brought up. I do have to be honest here, like, obviously this is an external person bringing it up, but we have seen over the last couple months that Ethan will bring Trisha and frenemies up a lot, that he misses the show, misses the friendship. There have been, even when Queen of Melrose was on, there was a moment where they referenced Trisha and stuff. And to be fair, when everything was going down and Trisha was talking a lot about Ethan, everyone was on Trisha's goddamn ass for saying that she will not stop talking about Ethan, and Trisha does not make any reference to Ethan, literally refuses to acknowledge his existence, whereas Ethan and H3 bring up Trisha a lot, and I don't see them getting the same backlash that Trisha once got for bringing Ethan up a lot, which I think is a really weird double standard, if I'm being honest, and I just think it's ironic that for so long people were coming for Trisha for talking about Ethan, and basically H3 are allowed to talk about Trisha as much as they want. Obviously, they're allowed to talk about Trisha. Trisha's allowed to talk about Ethan. But I just think the juxtapose is really funny that at one time Trisha was getting so much shit for bringing Ethan up all the time. And now she doesn't bring him up. And Ethan doesn't get backlash for bringing Trisha and frenemies up. Or at least entertaining a conversation about it. I do think there's a double standard here. And also, there will be comments on this and Reddit posts that will say one of two things. That Adam is bought out by Trisha. Or that Adam's bought out by Ethan. If you talk about Ethan or Trisha since frenemies, there will be people on both sides that will say that you're in the other person's pocket or in specific, defending people. It's tired. It's boring. We don't give a fuck. If you think I'm in Trisha's pocket, I don't give a shit. If you think I'm in Ethan's pocket, I don't give a shit. Like, literally, that does not bother me anymore. It used to, where I was like, oh my God, people think I'm faking my opinions on this. Being honest, no, I'm not. If I side with Trisha on something, it's because I'm siding with Trisha on something. If I side with Ethan on something, I'm siding with Ethan on something. It's very obvious, but it's incredibly unethical as a drama channel to, at one stage, I have been on this exact platform giving Trisha criticism for talking about Ethan, and Ethan doesn't talk about her. And I'm not going to do the same whenever Trisha's constantly brought up on H3. No, that's unfair. Whether you like Trisha or you like Ethan, let's keep the same standard here.
But I feel like it keeps coming up, and every time people see us, that's the first thing they ask. So.
Doesn't your mother say it to you?
Well, my mom.
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously.
Well, I'm just telling you as a parent. I have 3 children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
Also, this is really weird. Why is Howie literally parenting them and being like, is there anything I can do to solve it? Yeah, Howie, you're the one that's going to save this.
Two of my kids, if two of
my
kids
being
were
a parent,
not talking, it would break my heart.
Right, and that's what my mom tells me.
Being a lot older than you, I just don't want you to. And I don't even know him.
69.
So maybe
69 or 68.
69.
My age.
Yeah.
I'll be 69 this year, but I'm 68 right now as we're speaking. This is live, right?
Yes.
But if you're watching this, 8 months from now, I'm now 69. I want to do fresh things
Those
for
numbers
people who repeat.
When you're that old.
What?
It's gotta hurt bad at that age when that number ticks over to the next
69.
Like physically hurt?
Okay, so I wanted
Think
to
of
say
the
something,
thumbnail.
you guys. I wanted to say something. Whenever you bring it up, for some reason, it hits me differently. Maybe it's like a father figure speaking to me. I don't know. But maybe I'm open to thinking about something to do about
I
the
hope you are.
situation.
And I'm not saying it because I want to
Brokered by
bring up
Howie?
something that's
Yes.
controversial.
I'm open
It
to a situation where it's guided by you.
From day one, I'll do it. From day one,
We're both involved in it, Ethan. We need
But
an
you were.
outsider.
When I first met you, I met you in
Howie doesn't know all the
Malibu.
details, though.
I started talking
Well,
about
he'll
it,
have to
and people
educate
got
himself.
mad at me. Your audience got mad at me because I said to Ethan, "You don't talk to your sister-in-law, and you don't talk to your family."
Mm-hmm.
And if there's one thing, and maybe it's you're talking to somebody that is this close to not being here anymore. You know, you realize that life is short. Well, compared
You're not
to
that
you guys,
close.
He's
Okay.
pretty
You don't
close.
know.
It could
Okay.
happen any day.
it could happen to young people any
That's
day. I could
bad.
walk
More
out
likely
here,
to you, though.
especially like when I was walking up and down the street here, which doesn't seem that safe.
Certainly
I
not.
took an Uber. Congratulations
well.
on the growth of the family, the new baby.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your weight loss. I hope I don't want to go too deep, but I hope you do just call your brother and say I love you, and then hang up the phone. Don't say anything else.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if I can do that, but
Just do that. And
Well,
hang
I
up the
think
phone.
I think it's more like,
And good luck with frenemies. I hope you do that again. I see Tana pushing that.
yeah, she's not the only one.
What?
She's not the only one.
I'll push.
Again, we're at the stage now where, if we're being honest, I loved frenemies. But I think we're at the stage where, like, we need collectively, all of us, move on. Frenemies was a time capsule on the pandemic. It's not coming back, nor should it come back. Both people are in two different stages of their lives now, professionally and personally. To acknowledge that Trisha Paytas going back on frenemies could be disastrous to her personal growth is something to acknowledge. She is now a mother. We also need to acknowledge that. And it was so unhealthy for everyone involved. And also, it's like, Ethan has H3. Trisha has just Trish. Do I think that a big reason that Ethan wants to rekindle and why he keeps saying, I love you, Trisha, and all like this, whenever last year he would never even mention, or the year before, I guess, would never mention her name because she was so unpopular and so cancelled, it's because Trisha's Just Trish podcast is doing incredibly well. It's doing the same numbers as H3 podcast at times, you know, or even more. That's why this is stemming from, because Trisha is incredibly popular again. Let's be honest here. There's going to be people that will comment either way, calling me out for favoritism and all like this, that I may as well just give you the goddamn truth. And that's the goddamn truth. And everyone thinks it. Literally everyone thinks it. And that's fine to acknowledge. That is fine to acknowledge.
Too. It was a funny show. It's a really good show.
But the thing is,
Hi, Olivia,
I
I
don't
love
know
you.
that it's a I love you type of thing. It's more like a, well, let's just be civil for the family.
right.
Well, being civil is not communicating. You should say you could love somebody and not get along with somebody. You could love somebody and not have to share the same thoughts. You could
Can you love and hate somebody?
You could love somebody and hate what they've done. You can love somebody and hate what they're doing. You can love somebody and hate what they said. But no, you should love somebody. That is your blood and your flesh. That is family.
What if your family member is just a giant fucking asshole?
You could say that, but I love this giant fucking asshole that happens to be my brother.
Howie, controlling?
Okay, before we get to... So, Moses then went to Moses's and Elah's mother and said that, why are they talking about this? And then Ethan responded to that. And here's the thing. I've said this many times. I can't speak on family dynamics, but what I can say, like specific family dynamics, but I can speak as a whole. Just because you're family with someone does not mean you have to have a relationship with them. Ship me. All right, so now we're going to get to Moses going to the mother, and then Ethan talks about that on live, that Moses did that, and he's really angry, and we are going to get it. Now, can I say something? I'm going to either way. Ethan complains that Moses went to his mother and said this, while Ethan goes to the internet and says this. Arguably 10 times worse, fueling family drama online rather than doing it privately. So let's get to this.
Anything else?
Is there anybody else you want to come out of left field and just tear into, like Moses a minute ago? Anybody?
Yeah,
Any more
Dan,
bridges
I got
today?
a bone to pick
Uh-oh.
with the fucking weatherman over here, who's always taking over my show. No, not really.
I don't do the weather.
But weather will be coming soon, next week.
Imagine being 50 and then sending
Oh, boy.
a fucking like
I should not
TikTok
have brought
link
this back
from
up.
like a tiny drama T channel that's like obsessed with me.
So Ethan is currently talking about this page, the Spill the Tea with me.
I mean,
Or
I
Spill Some
literally
Tea
don't
with
know
Me.
what you're talking about, but I mean,
Just imagine being a 50-year-old man with kids, and you go to a tiny little drama TikTok that's like obsessed with me specifically, like a hate channel, and sending that link to your mother.
that's. You know what? I no comment.
That's
I
pretty
don't involve me in
pathetic,
this
right?
shit.
It is
I don't
pretty
know
pathetic.
nothing about nobody.
You can say it. You can say it. It's pathetic.
I'm not.
I mean,
No,
it is
no.
objectively pathetic. Say it, Dan.
It's your call to make, sir.
Let's talk about the button thing. Here's what I'm gonna say about
Ah!
it.
Ah!
Let's talk about the button. Let's talk about the.
Oh my god! What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? My thing is glitching. This is why I don't film when I travel. But I'm doing it for you.
But weather.
Let's talk about the button.
Oh my god! What's happening? The Ethan Voodoo's trying to shut me down.
Sending
Sorry.
Oh boy,
a phone and sending that link to your mother.
that's. You know what? I no comment.
That's
I
pretty
don't involve me in
pathetic,
this
right?
shit.
It is
I don't
pretty
know
pathetic.
nothing about nobody.
You can say it. You can say it. It's pathetic.
I'm not.
I mean,
No,
it is
no.
objectively pathetic. Say it, Dan.
It's your call to make, sir.
We all know it's pathetic.
I've never seen you unhinged live. This is pretty fun.
Oh, you haven't?
No, this is great.
Well, it's just a matter of time. You know what I mean?
I'm with you, Ethan. I had some beef, a small beef with my brother like 2 years ago, and I chose not to tell my mom, and he immediately ran to her. And
It's
I was kind of
come on,
annoyed because
man.
it's like we could have moved on from it, and then it became a bigger deal.
And the thing is, when they do that,
I'm sorry.
they do it so they can frame the story so they're the good guy and you're the bad guy.
That's
And-
100% how it was. I mean, we're over it now. It was just something between me and his fiance now, and I wasn't saying anything because I didn't want to make her look bad. But they both went to her.
Nate, is he
So-
60 years old?
No, he's only 3 years older than me. So
Okay.
he's 32.
Still too old for that.
Still too old.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're right, you're not going to go bitch to your mom to
No.
try to frame the conversation to your advantage. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we don't tell anybody because we're fine.
That's what I felt like in the moment, that he was trying to frame it where we didn't do anything that bad. It was Nate. Nate did it all. And my mom was like, I know Nate didn't do it all, so chill out.
That's good.
W mom.
But yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Nate. Really is a shame when your brother-in-law's a giant fucking bitch
And a loser, I think.
and a loser.
Right?
Yeah, a loser.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Stupid bitch.
But also say this. I even say this. I'll say nice. I say he seems like a good dad. Seems like he's taking good care of his kids. And he'll send that and be like, "Look, you won't stop talking about me." Dork.
Just take that clip and send it to your mom.
Oh, by the way, you look like an idiot with your haircut. You look like a dork. Sorry, I said it.
I could watch 3 more hours of this.
I'm just gonna say it now. Okay. And every time you go and complain, I'm gonna do another 30 minutes. They act me to pretend like we.
Could you imagine if Trisha acted like this? She would be destroyed by the H3 subreddit and by H3. There is a clear double standard going on here. And also, this is just really cringy and really fucking embarrassing. And the reason Olivia's doing this, I love Olivia so much. The reason she's doing that is because, I can't speak for her, but it's obvious he's in the wrong. Dan isn't even speaking up in his defense here. It's cringy, it's awkward, and it makes you look bad. It makes you look pathetic. No shade.
We didn't have like the biggest podcast in the world together like a few years ago. Like it's a huge deal. And they want me to just pretend like I don't fucking know either of them. Like, no, I don't care. Why? I don't owe you shit. And anyway, I feel like I've been super reasonable and fine when I talk about them, you know, up until this point.
And also,
Not that I'm not being unreasonable. Go ahead, AV.
there's
please.
a lot of crossover as well, and everyone always brings up each other to you guys, so it's gonna
Right.
happen.
It's gonna happen. Well, yeah, the latest one was Howie he was on me about when is Freddie
Right.
coming back.
Yeah.
So he forced me in this position, which again, I'm happy. I don't shy away. I like to answer anyone's question about anything, anytime. And then he sends a clip of Howie having forced me into this conversation to the mom to be like, look, he won't shut up. It's like, you fucking bitch ass coward.
Again, I think it's important to acknowledge that Howie did bring this up, but Howie didn't bring this up.
Loser. He needs to do some meditating. Next time before you call your mom, Moses, do a little of this. Exactly. I love you, Trisha. I do. I miss you, though. Yeah. All right. Got that off.
Again, Ethan only misses Trisha because Trisha is incredibly popular right now and her podcast is doing great. That's it. That's it. That's it. My opinion of this, I think it's embarrassing on Ethan's behalf. 100%. I think Ethan's in the wrong. I think it's embarrassing. I think it's cringy. I think there's a double standard going on here. I think it's unnecessary. And I think a lot of people have been reacting to this and talking shit about Trisha and Moses. And I'm like, did we watch the same clip? Yeah, how you brought it up. But Ethan, as always, had to end it. You won't see Trisha or Moses respond to this, but I'm sure Ethan will make another couple videos on it. Like, it's frustrating that I was a part of something that would call Trisha out for doing what Ethan's doing now, and for people to expect me not to call Ethan out for doing the same thing. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't care if I get backlash. I want to be as fair as possible, and this is how I feel I am being. Let me know your opinion. We'll talk about it down below. I appreciate you being here, and goodbye.